These niggas feel what jealousy. I'm doing good, that's what they having me. This girl is in my memory. Oh, for I get your felony.
What is up, you guys? Sage here, and today we're going to be going over some of my highlights, some of my notes from the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, today's structure is going to be a combination of me speaking to camera and reading notes. So if I don't make eye contact with you, bear with me, bro. Okay, so this is made basically in a bullet point form. As I was skipping from chapter to chapter, anything that stuck out to me, I wrote down. These are some of the things. The devil is the enemy of free thought. He uses habit and environment to take control of his victims' minds. The path to escape this mind control is through self-control and stoicism. So it's not only controlling the thoughts, it's also controlling the emotions as well. The devil speaks of his greatest weapon being fear and ignorance. Earlier, Alex Hormozy on the Modern Wisdom podcast said, ignorance is the only evil, therefore knowledge is the only good. Therefore, accurate thought is death to the devil. Scary that free speech and independent thoughts are opposite to the devil, and social medias have made it a habit to censor free speech. And during the super flu, you definitely weren't allowed to think for yourself. That time exposed a lot about the intentions of people, and some people will forever be remembered on the wrong side of history, not because they side with the devil, but because they didn't know any better. Hence the theme of ignorance is evil carries over. Next point. An interesting point that money is the root of all evil is tackled briefly and quickly disproved. This comes from when generalizing the habits that people who are out to create wealth, people who are out to make something for themselves, make something of themselves in order to acquire wealth, those habits, the things you do, the things you become in the pursuit of that are typically habits that include discipline. You need to be focused. You need to think outside the box. You need to learn things. You need to become someone who is very far and far removed from the type of person who doesn't look for things, who doesn't want things, who doesn't see a future for themselves. Typically, those people are the ones who act in the evilest ways. Now, this is not to be confused with people who are born into money. When you're born into money, you have the money and you don't have that desire to create, to produce, to provide for people. And those people are the most dangerous people in the world. Those are the people who are truly the devil's playground. Next point. Be careful of flattery and failure. Flattery induces fog of thought. Failure discourages growth. Life is a cruel taskmaster. Master it or it will master you. There is no halfway or compromising point. Do not accept from life anything that you do not want. If that which you do not want is temporarily forced upon you, you may refuse in your mind, and it will make way for what you want. What you consistently focused on, you will manifest. Definiteness of purpose is something you acquire, not that you are born with. Eric Thomas said, it is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. So in this point, we may extrapolate this idea and make an example of a trait, charisma. It's something that people typically associate with certain people, and we say that person is charismatic, that person is not charismatic. That is incorrect. It's not are you not charismatic? It's how charismatic are you? It's on a scale, right? Meaning it's a skill, meaning it can be learned, meaning there are certain checkpoints and certain check marks which you can hit and trigger charisma. An example is if you go into a room, your back is straight, you're looking people in the eye, you're nodding when they speak, you're paying attention, you move your hands when you speak, you have this energy about you, this positive energy, meaning you're not moving in this way and speaking softly, you speak loudly. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There are things to do in order to be perceived as this thing, which means you can learn to be this thing. Definiteness of purpose is something you can acquire. A purpose is something you can acquire. A gift is something you can acquire. It's not, there are no chosen few who have these things, but it is the definiteness of purpose and going after that purpose that develops you into the person who has the capacity to possess such a thing. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. To love anything except definiteness of purpose has the danger of causing one to drift, as love is a state that can fog one's decision making. Harden emotions, master fear, subdue love. To try with a weak plan and strong conviction is better than to try with a strong plan and weak conviction. Time is the friend of morality and enemy of immorality. In brackets, I put fast versus slow money. So if we talk about a situation where you have an opportunity, earlier today, I'm scrolling through Facebook, this ad comes up and this person's talking about, no, listen, if you come in, we're one of the best companies, we're one of the only companies in the region that provide this service. It was a Shopify thing, and we'll set up your shop for you, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you, the highest products, all of that stuff, $250. I'm like, I'm not even interested in Shopify, but I'm interested in this man's offer. So I click the comments to see what the people are saying. Scroll down. This post from 12 weeks ago. The author commented 12 weeks ago. There's a reply that's from 6 weeks ago. I have yet to receive my shop. I said, yeah, Baba. Scam. You want to make money? Scam. And from that, I'm saying, which brings up this funny thing that I was watching yesterday on the Penuel show, which was, there's this lady there, and this lady is a marketer, which it's interesting to me that she is in according to her, like in these boardrooms and in these serious situations, and marketing is her profession, and she said what she said, which was, it is easier to market to a poorer community, to a poorer people, than it is to market to a richer people, because for each dollar that you invest in marketing to this one, into the poor one, it is you need to invest less, in order to get to them, because you can cheapen the product. It doesn't matter the repercussions, because they have no other options. Versus on this side, you can get sued and they have other options. They'll just move on to the next thing, right? Okay. Completely, honestly, befuddles me. There's this word I'm looking for when you just hear buffoonery, and it just doesn't make sense to you that this person, like, I'm like, did you literally just say this? And you do this as like, this is your life, bro, and you really believe what you just said. Here are the holes in what she just said, which is a fundamental thing that I think anyone can understand, which is, if I am living in a poorer community, there is this service, there's this product that's being provided. Oh, it's super cheap. Awesome. Let's all use it. We all use it. Someone gets sick. Let's not use that product anymore. We go to a more expensive product, but that delivers what we wanted to deliver, because your product is not delivering what we wanted to deliver. Therefore, even if it's so cheap that we can't resist and we buy on the short term, on the long term, you cannot succeed if your goal is to scam people, if your goal is to fool people, right? An example is the Shopify guy. You click, you go in very quickly, you'll see, Oh, people, 6 weeks later. You know how long 6 weeks is to not receive anything and to have to comment on a post to say, I didn't receive this, but I paid. That's a real life example. Even in her theoretical example, we even if in the short term we do pay for this service, we will very quickly see that, okay, so this doesn't work and we'll not do it. We won't continue to pay because we don't have options. We will just live without it. We have lived without it if we can't afford, say, a slightly more expensive thing that solves the same problem. So her theory on that is fundamentally broken, and the fact that not only she said that, but she stood on the fact that no, I went to this in this school, I have this in this degree, I sit in this boardroom, and therefore I can say this and it is true, and they just let that stand. Next point. Next point. Pray with purpose. Pray with power. Pray to improve your inputs, not to be absolved of them. When praying, pray to be better. Don't pray to remove the things that life has given to you as tasks that you need to figure out, that you need to develop in order to overcome. There is a seed of blessing in every adversity. Meaning, when these tasks do come, when these troubles do come, when failure comes, there are lessons to be learned from that. And if you take that to heart, you take those lessons, you brush the failure aside, you look for, what was God trying to teach me? What was this situation trying to teach me? What was required of me in order to overcome this? Or what is required of me in order to overcome this? I will become that. I will become better. And then you may move on. Environment matters. The things that you consistently consume, the people that you're constantly around, the things that you constantly do, you become these things. Desire can be crystallized into reality through definiteness of purpose, backed by definiteness of plans. If you know what you want, you have a plan to get what you want, and you consistently go after this thing, you can manifest it into reality. In conclusion, thoughts become things. I'm Sage. Thank you for watching. Signing out.